Good morning and welcome to the Stock Planner channel. This morning I'm going to go over my plan for the day, take a look at some of the news, and plan out a couple trades. Today is Friday. I don't want to take on a lot of new trades, but I want to close out some older ones and plan for the future. Before we get started, I want to remind you that the Stock Planner channel is an educational channel. We're sharing our ideas together and learning together and doing our own due diligence. Nobody's advising anybody of anything, but for me, by sharing my ideas, I get peer review, criticism, and help, and my trading has gotten better. I'm hoping you'll engage. With this video. Leave some comments below, like and subscribe. Let's get started. The indices yesterday, the Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P 500 were all in the green. Some decline in the early afternoon in all three. Still the big boys, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, Telsa, all green. Procter & Gamble, Walmart, generally a green day. Consumer and materials did well yesterday, with energy and financials doing well for the last week. Technology is down a little lower on the totem pole, although yesterday it did quite well. For the month of October, I have a downward bias. From the looks of things, that didn't occur for that day, Thursday. Looking at investing.com, we see that the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 are edging up this morning. At 8:30, we have the jobs report. Everybody is looking forward to that. With other news, Telsa is moving to Texas. We knew that. And oil's up. This is TradingView. And the last thing I looked at was Goldman Sachs. I'm going to do a little video today sometime on Goldman Sachs. One of the news articles I read was that Goldman Sachs is in a bargain and now's the time to buy. Still a little early for the pre-market. Goldman Sachs yesterday had an up day. Looking at the indices this morning, Nasdaq, RUT, Dow, and the S&P 500 all showing green. This is the weekly. In the last 4 days, the 500 is edging up, counter to my overall October perspective, which is down. I think we're coming down. What is your October perspective? Do you have a downward bias or an upward bias for October? If you have an upward bias, I'd be very interested to see what you see in the economy that would propel this stock market to go up. I see inflation, recession, China situation where they're having energy crisis and a housing bubble crisis. I see a loss of prestige for the United States. I see our immigration issues, and I see a government that's unable to solve problems. I don't see anything to propel up other than the Fed might get involved. Now, sometimes I might trade Forex to fill in some of my other trades because, as I said, the last 2 or 3 days, I did not enter any new trades. I'm waiting to see if we have a bottom on some of my stocks, like Goldman Sachs, or I'm trying to weave out of some of my trades. But sometimes I play Forex. This is the EURUSD, and we like to get these peaks. This is a zigzag indicator. Let's look at it. It's perfect. How does it do that? Well, it looks to the future. It doesn't print these until it has enough information to look to the future. So it waits. Right now, the zigzag doesn't know what it's doing. It was knowing what it's doing, and it went down. The last 2 bars doesn't know what it's doing. That's when I like to take action. And if you're going to trade with a zigzag, you have to wait these 2 bars to see if you have a fractal. The fractal is you have a low, 2 upper bars, and 2 on that side. 2 low, a peak, and then 2 on the other side. And that is a fractal. And we have one. And you have your MACD indicator going up, stochastics going up, and the RSI going up. So with this, you could take a long, but it's Friday. So I had a question, did I trade the Euro or trade Forex? I usually don't trade the other ones. Sometimes I'll trade the Aussie. But I focus on the Euro because I know that. I like to trade it in the morning because we have the Euro-USD market switch somewhere around 7, 8 o'clock, 9. And there's a lot of activity there on that switch. A lot of activity in the Euro, a lot of activity in the dollar in the morning between 7 and 9 and 10. So for a day trader, I would focus just on those time frames in the morning. But I'm a swing trader. So I'm trying to go ahead and make a bet, and for the next 2 or 3 days, have that bet pay off in Forex. And if any other day, I would take a long. Too much happening today for me. I use a tool called Omnibroker. I've been using it for years. It allowed me to program in and make a routine to specifically target areas that I want to see. I use it much like I use the Trading View, where I take slices. And this slice here is when I think the RSI is going to switch. I'll get a little single, and then I can look at the MACD, the stochastic RSI, just like over in Trading View. But it's just giving me a little signal when things are about to switch. And I have it set on the weekly, so that I want to see each one of these bars is weekly. I want to see what's happening and switching on a weekly, because I do options 2 and 3 months out, especially in this market right now. I'm a little longer. Gives me a little more advantage, I think. A little more wiggle room, in trying to predict what's happening day to day. Anyway, I've got some buy or up signals. Here it is. It says the RSI is going above the 30. The stochastics hasn't come quite around, but it looks like it will. And the MACD is pointing up for TDOC. I like TDOC. Telemedicine. This is a stock for the decade. Another one is Humana. And am I losing some money on Humana? Although it appears that I'm only losing about $60 at the moment on my option. I'm in on Humana. Baba, I have lost $150 somewhere up in here. Will it stop? I don't know. But my algorithm is saying, based on the RSI, we have an MACD single here, and the stochastic RSI is pointing up. Baba, according to my algorithm, looks like a buy for the week. It is Friday. Are you buying into them Friday? I'm not. NEO. I am holding the stock. It says it's a buy, and I think I'm going to sell a covered call on this today for a little income. I'm holding NEO in my IRA. Ooh, my. I honestly don't know what happened to NVIDIA here. Probably a split. But anyway, I'm getting a single that says buy. Buying Goldman Sachs. That's the one I'm going to talk about today. For the week, look for another video on Goldman Sachs, Walmart, and Apple are all showing buys. And looking at the shorts, Palatar, it says it's going down. SoFi, if you think the market's going down, these are good stocks to short. Lululemon, I have a short. Salesforce, nice long green bar there. It might be time for a short-term short. American Airlines, I don't know, that looks like consolidation. Costco, I've been predicting all week about Costco being a short. I don't think I got in that though. And Carnival. Well, the RSI looking like it came back down. Stochastic RSI. But I usually like to take a short when the MACD is above the 0 and this is below. Well, that's my prediction for the week. I have a free Discord chat. It's under Stock Planner. I put out some trades. This listing is based on the RSI, the MACD, and the stochastics, just like I showed you over in the Omnibroker. But this one is using a throttle of the zigzag. When the zigzag doesn't know what it's doing, that's when we think it might be a reversal, and that's when we can take our action. Let's look at Baba. And then, by the way, this is on the daily as well. Baba and eBay, and you can do the rest yourself. Baba and eBay. Going back to Trading View in the daily time frame, looking at Baba. We're in the daily, and we've seen that nice long slide. Baba is the Amazon of China, and look at this. Is it time to get back in? Well, according to my Omnibroker algorithm and signal, based on the zigzag, not knowing what it's doing, generally. Zigzag doesn't know what it's doing. It needs more information to be perfect. Okay? You can't trade this because you wouldn't know that it doesn't print this line till it's perfect. It's perfect. Now it doesn't know what it's doing, but we think it's going up. MACD, stochastic RSI, and the RSI. Now, a lot of people like to catch it here and ride it up until it goes in its overbought situation. Take a short when it comes back around. But this has been beaten down so long. We'll draw a new fib, I think. Bring the fib down to here. Here's the 50%. I believe in the 50%. So I believe it's going to get back there eventually. China has been beaten down. I don't think it's over for China yet. Looks good on paper to me. Make your own decisions. Do your own due diligence. Is it going up, going down? Are you hesitant? I'm hesitant. because I think October I have a downward bias, so I'm hesitant. But I want to be a buyer for BABA for the future. And eBay, drawing our fibs. One of the things that's good about the zigzag is it helps you draw your fibs because it shows you the peaks and valleys, which is your support and resistance line. And I like to know where the 50% retracement is, because once things turn around, I think it's going to eventually get to the 50%, and it did, and exceeded that. Now the next milestone is 76.02, and then 77, if it goes back to its all-time high. Do you think eBay is going up? Look at that gap. When people see the gap, sometimes they feel that gap is going to fill and it's going to come back down here. Indicators are pointing up. What do you think? Do your own due diligence. Check out that list on Discord. Give you a start. Lots of good stocks. Procter & Gamble, Square, Baidu. So what I need to do is sell a cover call on my NEO stocks in my IRA. Weave out some of my trades. I had a profitable day yesterday. I am holding on to two shorts, the financials and the S&P 500 with an expiration of January, which I think is going to go down from where it's at now, between now and January. We'll see. And those two option trades, which are more than one option, but in totality, I'm losing about $150 between the two. So I'm down $150 on those two bets. Today's a good day to take a stock of where you're at, make a plan, a money plan or an income plan or a trading plan for next week. Also take the time to learn something new. Maybe watch this video and prepare for maybe an eventual crash or at least a pullback of 10 or 15%. Anyway, like what you're doing, love what you're doing, and if you're not any good at it, keep learning. Remember to like and subscribe this video. Happy trading. Catch you on the flip. Look for some videos this weekend. My wife is out of town, so I need to stay busy.